Free-to-play 30-day review on King Arthur Legends Rise. This is a sponsored video, but it's not scripted. I can say what I want to say, I hope. Let's go. Gameplay, graphics, and how good is this company? The graphics are amazing. They're Unreal Engine 5. This is the best medieval dark fantasy graphics that you're going to find. The gameplay is also amazing. It's very similar to what you might expect from a turn-based gacha game, but it's got so many different elements to it that it's going to draw you in. So it's not exactly the same. If you're looking at this and you're like, "Oh, Stu, this is like all the other turn-based gacha games I've played." It is not. And you should try it because it's free to download and free to play. You can play it on iOS, Android. You can play it on their own PC client. And you can go over there and wish list it on Steam because it's coming out on Steam very soon. Of course, this game has all the gear to farm, all the bosses to face. So many bosses, I can't even remember how many with all their different mechanics we need to overcome. PvP, we even have new Clan War PvP coming out next week as a new release. And we have the Forbidden Dungeon Hard, which is like a tower mode, but it's a dungeon. And then we have a hard version of that coming out next week as well. Clan Wars is going to be pretty hot for me. I can't wait to play it on both of my accounts. And one of the best things about this game is the company. This company gives consistent updates every 2 weeks with a whole bunch of tidbits in between that 2-week period. I've actually never covered a game with a company being so consistent. And that's the truth. Did that sound truthful? I don't know. Come and join us. Download it with the links down below if you want to support me. And even if you don't want to support me, just go try the game out. It is free. You will enjoy it and you're welcome. And hit that like button because now we are friends. Let's get into my account. Let's talk about the heroes I have, what gear I've got on them, what I've been focusing on, where I'm at with all my dungeons. You can tell the ones I focused on the most are with purple stars. That's ascending them so we can get additional gear. Down here, these relic keepsakes. Of course, they give us stats, but also a 3-piece set gives us bonuses like K here with the strife set. Really strong to get. I mean, look at my healer here, Torin. She's got a 3-piece set. Whenever she does a healing ability, she gets a barrier on herself, and she has to be hit 2 times before that barrier gets removed. So extremely strong, and it gives them additional stats. More stats for her to do more healing, more stats for her to stay alive and do more damage. And I focused on the free heroes that we get because this is, of course, my free-to-play account. I didn't want to go and use the same legendary heroes that I use on my main account. There are stronger damage dealers than K, but really K is so strong in the beginning, you want to focus on her at least for the first 3 days. And then, of course, Morgan always as your support. My main healer, Torin, that we just talked about. A side backup healer with Sarah so that we can go into Yaskoheg, stop the dragon from getting buffs, and then easily get the gear we want. Get that attack set, speed set, and crit rate set from Yaskoheg. Sergius we get for free from the arena shop. And then we get his flame relic from the clan shop for free. This guy is top tier for progression. These are my main 6 heroes that probably should be your main 6 heroes on your brand new free-to-play account as well, with Sarah, Torin, Tristan that we get for free on chapter 3, Kay that we get for free on day 1, Morgan on day 1. These heroes will help you get to the point to where you're able to farm everything you need to farm, and then from there you can branch out and level up anyone you want. Now we do go through the favorite dungeons. Those favorite dungeons help us unlock these for our keepsakes to get these stars, the purple stars for Ascension. And most of these heroes are used for that, or they're used to help us get through something like Aldry, the bear, to where we need to level up our relics. I use Alkalon to heal block. I use Baldwin whenever we fight Crom, the big worm that eats our team. I use him to stop the worm from eating our team, of course. Ardwin, turning everyone into rabbits. So I use her going through the Forbidden Dungeon and through story mode. Alan is just a really amazing, uncommon hero that can help you in so many situations. So I pull Alan out if I need to. I've been playing around with Ralph to get those amazing buffs so we can push through story mode content when it gets hard. Of course, we've got Anguish for Gorgos. I just had Arthur so I could compare Arthur to Kay. I actually didn't really use Arthur for any content yet. We've got this little uncommon that we use for crowd control. He does a big AoE attack. We can either stun or root them depending on which elemental relic you're using. So I've been leveling up his skills. Of course, Dejaret for Gorgos so we can farm experience and get gold. And then I've got all these other heroes leveled up that I just use really currently for the favorite dungeon. So I think I'm doing really well. I didn't get to show you the gear. Let me show you what kind of gear I'm rocking right now. Now this gear has improved over the last 2 days because I was always farming Yaskelhaig stage 7 for many, like a couple weeks, farming stage 7. I wasn't really doing anything with the gear, so I finally sat down, leveled up a whole bunch of gear, and I made it to Yaskelhaig 9. Now that I'm farming 9, I'm getting anywhere from 4 to 6 star gear, which 6 stars max, and I'm able to craft 5 and 6 star gear. 10 is still a little bit hard, but that's because I just don't have the best gear yet. I haven't fully awakened all of my heroes. You know, doing stage 9 is nothing wrong with that. You get all in-game content with stage 9. Of course, we want to make it to stage 10, and we're going to. We're going to get that gear we need from farming 9 and easily move into stage 10 as we increase our overall account power. I mean, that's just going to happen. We've got this 4-star gear that I made on day 1. And we've been using it pretty much the whole entire time. So here's my gear. We've got effect accuracy on Morgan so we can land our debuffs. We're at 200 speed, which I think was very easy to get to well before the 30-day mark. Speed ring, and then we've got a speed orb, and we've got some speed substats. And some of these I did go and change them over to speed substats because we have those substat change stones that we can use. I've done a video on that. It's really easy. So if you want to up your speed, go watch that video. Kay's doing okay with attack percentage. We have her in a strife set. She's at chivalry 8 because we were able to do that on day 2 or 3. You can chivalry any rare you want. We get rewards to chivalry rares all the time. It's actually pretty simple now, especially with a lot of events that we have. You can always do this to either Kay, Rosier, whoever's going to be your main damage dealer as your rare. And then of course, if you're using Baldwin to get around Crom, the big worm that eats us, you want to take him to chivalry 3. We've got enough to take other people up higher chivalries. And I think most of my rares are at chivalry 3. Most of them, not all of them, just the main important ones. Pretty much everyone here is at chivalry 3 except Tristan. He's at 0 chivalry. We've got Morgan at chivalry 3. I've kept her there because I got lucky with some other summons for her, but I didn't want to go too high. I wanted to keep this very free to play friendly so later on I can do more content with, you know, lower heroes instead of doing it on my main account where they're all chivalry 10. Sealed Temple, I'm on Master of Death 8, Crom 7. I can't show you my favorite dungeons because they're locked right now. I'm at 68 here, but I really haven't pushed that much until last night. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to go pretty far, and I'll do a video on that progress, especially if I can make it to floor 100 before reset. We've got the equipment dungeons where I am now at 9, which is awesome. We're going to work on 10. We're very close to beating that. I'm on 9 over here as well for our keepsakes, which I think is very strong. If you're farming 9 on both of these dungeons, you're going to get everything you need. Like top end gear, 5 to 6 star gear, and you're going to be able to craft whatever you need as well. I really haven't tried to push power up dungeon. We're on stage 10 for Pinvid. I'm on stage 8 for Gorgos because I try not to come in here and use my stamina if I don't need to, of course, for experience pots and yes, for gold. But if I can get my gold somewhere else, if I can use my stamina to level up my account without having to worry about all that gold, I try to. But now that I'm farming so much gear and crafting gear, you know how expensive it is to level up that gear. So I'm going to have to come back in here and fight Gorgos. And I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get to 10. With Rosier, Anguish, DeJarrett, it's going to be pretty easy. Even Audrey, I haven't pushed. I've just been farming stage 8 nonstop. Some days I would come in here and just hit Audrey with all my stamina, and that's it. Then run around, do all the other things I need to do with PvP, with the clan stuff, with any other daily requirements I had, and I just blow everything on 8 and just keep leveling up my relics. Terrace Q, I really haven't been doing much in, only stage 3. This doesn't give your heroes a huge increase when you ascend your relics. It's nice, and I do want to spend stamina in here eventually, but right now, I'm more focused on gear, making sure my heroes are leveled up with their levels and with their relic levels, and then I'll come in here and see what we can do with him once I have that better gear. The free-to-play experience is awesome. It's actually better than my paid account doing this as free-to-play because I had to think a little bit more. I had to really plan out what I wanted to do, and the first 3 days matter the most. So if you haven't seen my guide on what to do for those first 3 days, go and check it out. It will really help your account progress because you don't want to just go and focus on a whole bunch of heroes. You got to really zone in and focus on those 4 good heroes you're going to use to beat Pinvid so you can rank up all your heroes. Once you're doing that with Pinvid and you're over there in Aldry, then you can level up whoever you want to help out with the favorite dungeon and whatever else you want to focus on to farm some gear. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're not playing King Arthur Legends Rise, download it with the links below. Appreciate all the love and support, and I will see you all in a video soon.